Sundance, Wyoming. He was jailed there when he was just 15 years old for stealing a horse and was sentenced to 18 months. Sundance Kid went on to join the Wild Bunch, group of robbers and rustlers who ranged through the Rocky Mountains in the late 19th century. One of which was Billy the Kid, I think.
Kentucky has more bourbon than this state. The state is not only responsible for 95% of the world's bourbon, according to the Atlantic, but there is also so much of it that the 4.7 million barrels in the state's distilleries outnumber the 4.3 million people living in the area.
Dude, that's a lot. 3 eagles were found co-parenting 3 eaglets in Illinois in a nest overlooking the Mississippi River. 1 female and 2 male eagles were found raising 3 babies together in April 2019. The situation is unusual for the birds, which are normally born very territorial. The unexpected family has baffled experts and thrilled fans, according to the National Audubon Society. I'm falling asleep.
How are you falling asleep?
Yeah, micro-napping.
There's a town in Nebraska with a population of 1 Elsie Ealer lives in a town called Manali, which is in the state of Nebraska, and she's the only one. She used to live there with her husband Rudy, but when he passed away in 2004, she became Manali's sole residence. Elsie is also the town's mayor, bartender, and librarian, and is responsible for paying herself taxes and granting herself a liquor license. As of 2018, the tiny population makes Manali the only incorporated town in the U.S. with only 1 resident, according to the BBC.
Okay. When President Carter pardoned draft dodgers, only half returned during the Vietnam War. Many men who were drafted in the military refused to serve for various reasons and instead left the country to avoid prosecution. Then, in 1977, newly inaugurated President Jimmy Carter fulfilled one of his campaign promises by pardoning draft dodgers. This allowed them to return home without the fear of being arrested. Despite this, only half actually came back. Many of them assumed that they would still face ill will from the American public, and had already settled into places like Canada that welcomed a healthy and educated workforce.
The Amazon River dolphin's brain capacity is 40% larger than humans. It's fairly well known that dolphins are incredibly clever animals, and that's thanks to, in parts, to what's inside their noggins. Amazon River dolphins, the wonderfully pink creatures that are also known as Bodo or Bautu, have a brain capacity that is 40% larger than that of a human's bottlenose dolphins. Bottlenose dolphins also have larger brain capacities than humans do. 1,600 grams versus 1,300 grams, according to the American Association of Advanced Science. You tell how tired we're getting as we go.
We were up all night, y'all. She works graveyard shift, and I don't like staying at home, so I sit in the car. There's a Scottish term for hesitating when introducing someone because you've forgotten their name. No. We've all likely been there. You run into someone and you go to introduce them to whoever you're with, and you can't remember their name for the life of you. There happens to be a Scottish term for this awkward hesitation, so if you unfortunately ever find yourself in that situation, you can say, "Pardon my turtle." Pardon turtle. Okay.
Alright. Earth is hit with more energy from the sun each hour than the planet uses in a year. Solar panels are a popular choice for anyone who's interested in living a more planet-friendly existence. And if you ever thought there might not be enough sunlight to go around, think again. Some 430 quintillion joules of energy from the sun hits the Earth every hour, while the entire population of the planet only uses 410 quintillion joules each year, according to the U.S. Department of Energy via Business Insider.
Wow. The Queen celebrates 2 birthdays every year. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II was born on April 21st, that's almost my birthday, 1926, which is why she celebrates her actual birthday each spring. However, the head of the British royal family also observes a second official birthday celebration called the Trooping the Colour. King George II started the tradition in 1748 because his own birthday was in November, which was too cold for an annual parade. He decided to hold an additional ceremony during the warmer weather.
I wish I could just say I want another birthday.
So basically, he was like, I'm gonna have a half birthday and fuck everybody.
Happy non-birthday to you.
Have a happy very own birthday to you.
Yep. Maybe that's where they got that from.
Maybe.
Scientists can identify the brainwaves. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Neuroscience included the fact that researchers had identified brain activity patterns that predict states of anger during dreams. Pilarian Sika, the lead author of the study from the University of Scovede, explained that previous studies have shown that frontal alpha asymmetry is related to anger and self-regulation during wakefulness. We show that this asymmetrical brain activity is also related to anger experienced in dreams. Frontal alpha asymmetry may thus reflect our ability to regulate anger, not only in the waking but also in the dreaming state.
Oh, I only have one more to read. McRib sandwiches, which I absolutely love and I haven't had one in years, contain about 70 ingredients. Might want to be aware of the fact that they're made with a lengthy list of ingredients. According to Time, the McRib contains 70 ingredients, which he just freaking said, 34 of which are in the bun alone, and while you might assume that these ingredients are spices or other natural food-related flavors, anyone who eats one of these sandwiches will also be ingesting azotocarbonamide. Not good at this word, sorry guys. A flour bleaching agent used in the production of foamed plastic for things like gym mats and soles of shoes. Makes you hungry, doesn't it?
Last one. The Apollo astronauts' footprint on the moon could stay there for 100 million years. When the Apollo astronauts walked on the surface of the moon, they left behind footprints that will remain there for a very long time. Due to the fact that there is no atmosphere on the moon and therefore no wind or water to blow or wash anything away. Arizona State University scientist Mark Robinson told space that traces of the Apollo exploration could last between 10 and 100 million years.
Well,
that was a lot of facts.
That was a long, I'm falling asleep thing of facts. And we still have more than an hour. Well,
anyways,
a little less than an hour, I guess.
Like and subscribe. Watch my videos. I got a few more lined up.
Oh, they're good ones too.
We're going to do another one with these haunted rituals and Deb's abandoned, I can't remember her thing now. Creepy and abandoned places. Anyways.